Hey good people, and welcome back to the channel. I first want to apologize for posting this review later than normal, but this week has been very busy for me. Before this video, I plan to share my thoughts and feelings on episode 6 of season 15's Naked and Afraid. And over the course of the video, it'll be my plan to talk about the survivalists, their environment for the challenge, and how the survivalists did as a team. So without any further delay, let's jump right in. In episode 6, we have 3 survivalists that were matched together. These survivalists are Sean, Dallas, and Heather. Now my first impression with each of these survivalists were completely different from one another. Sean was probably the most noteworthy survivalist for this episode, because his father died in the Space Shuttle Columbia crash, and because his wife tried to compete on an earlier season of Naked and Afraid, but she ended up tapping out after 4 days. So right off the bat, Sean seems like he has a chip on his shoulder, but he doesn't have the best survival skills out of the group. Next, there's Dallas, who comes off as an amateur bodybuilder, but he's an ex-con who got her survival skills from a wilderness program that he completed. And lastly, there's Heather, who comes off to me as a super feminist bodybuilder with plenty of attitude. She brings her skills as a professional fisherman to the table, but off a rip, I didn't have high hopes for these 3 as a team. However, after seeing the location for this challenge, I had even less hope that these 3 would actually make it to the end of the challenge. On top of this South African location being one of the harshest environments for the season of the show, all the survivalists got physically sick at some point. The ground being upwards of 135 degrees Fahrenheit also made traveling hard for the cast members. And just as a casual fan of the show, I think it would be fair for all the survivalists for the season if the locations for the 21-day challenges had similar degrees of difficulty. Or at least pair the survivalists with experts who are used to living in the harsh climates. But when it came to how the 3 survivalists did as a team, I would have to say that they did pretty bad for 90% of the challenge. I mean, early on it was clear that Dallas was a leader, and Heather admired his show of masculine energy and leadership. But once Dallas tapped out, Heather had absolutely no interest in dealing with Sean. I'll say that the bickering between the 2 of them got annoying pretty quickly, but I could see both sides of the issue. For Heather, I could completely understand her frustration in being matched with somebody who just wants to boil water all day. And for Sean, I think he could have been motivated to contribute more, but he needed a teammate that could meet him where he was. If Sean and Heather had just swallowed their issues and agreed to work together much earlier than they did, they wouldn't have had to endure so much unnecessary drama throughout the challenge. But in the 11th hour, they got their act together and they finished the challenge together. Now if I had to grade this episode, I would give it a B-. As stated before, the environment for this challenge was the harshest out of the other environments for the season. And I believe if you put these 3 survivalists on any other location for the season, then they would all make it to the end. But I also feel that the harder challenges should be assigned to survivalists that have the skills required to finish, and that have the temperament to work with other teammates. But this marks the end of the review. Feel free to leave any comment you have below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to respond. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.